Hello Capricorns, welcome to Souls Intersect. This is your annual 2017 reading. So what I've done here is I've broken the year up into 4 quarters and it reads clockwise from the top. So at the very top is going to be information about the first quarter of the year, and then clockwise so on for the entire year of 2017. So it is a general reading. I've meditated on Capricorns who follow this channel or who will be drawn to this reading, and it can work for Sun, Moon, or Rising. The card in the center is a general theme throughout the year, and it most likely will play off into the different quarters, so I'll probably come back to it, possibly more than once as I do the reading. Okay, so beginning with that, actually, the moon. My sense is that this year is going to be one where I just get the sense that you're going to be getting to know yourself a little bit more internally. This can very much be about things, subconscious things coming up to the surface. It feels like a very warm, healing energy to me, though. This doesn't feel like sudden memories coming forward, or it doesn't feel like it's about a secret or something that's hidden or anything like that. It feels more like a warm, healing sense of things that you're finally facing because the time is right for them to come up. So I will come back to that. Looking at the first quarter, so January, February, March, we have the 9 of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups. I definitely sense for some of you that there's going to be a shift in work in some way. This could be changing jobs. It could be shifting gears from leaving a certain industry and moving into another, possibly one with greater independence. So like starting your own business. For some of you, it could look like maybe the same type of business, but where you're going out on your own as an independent contractor or something like that. Or it could be the same job and just a move, transfer, something like that, either to a different position or a different location, probably offering you some kind of freedom, more freedom. Freedom, independence, possibly even being on your own more, because again, with that moon card, I feel like there is, well, a couple of things. The moon card and those cups and the 8 of Cups, my sense is that whatever work change this is, it's most likely about work for most of you. It's going to give you some time, more time to yourself, or it could just be the change of setting or change of demands, allowing you, either because of time and space or because of just the energies shifting, more time to go within and, again, get to know yourself better, face some things. It doesn't have to be, painful, difficult, challenging things, but kind of just organizing some things that have maybe been bubbling below the surface, probably on the emotional level. And those cups in the 8 of Cups, where it's the sense of trusting the universe enough that you can leave those things behind, things that you value, so that you can take an adventure or a journey because you're meant to, and maintain that trust in things that you value being protected by the universe. So these things may not be, they could be people. It could be that you're moving away from family. They could be things that you value, but most likely it's ideas. And it doesn't, because they're not necessarily tangible things, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're literally left standing. But in the overall grand scheme of things, they won't change their value just because you walk away. That's the sense. And you're trusting enough to allow that to happen. It's a little bit like a leap of faith. It doesn't very often have the same energy as the Fool card, but I'm picking up on that a little bit with this combination of cards. It feels like that kind of freeing yourself from something and not really knowing what the outcome is going to be, but trying it anyway. So I'm getting a little bit of that leap of faith energy with this. It's possible that it's not about work for some people, but it does feel like a shift to a new level in some way. Because it's the Pentacles, because I see that Pentacles card coming up, it still most likely has something to do with more material or tangible or logistical things. I don't think this is about a relationship, like leaving a relationship or anything like that. Okay, moving on to the second quarter, you have Temperance and the Page of Pentacles. So I see you as being represented here in the second quarter as the Page of Pentacles. So this is April, May, June approximately. And it won't be exact, like the timing won't be exact for everyone, but again, it's a general reading, as you know already, and then also the time frames are going to be general. So it's quite general, but my hope and in my meditation is I was asking for some clear messages to come through, even if they're broad, so that they can speak to many of you watching this. So you as the Page of Pentacles facing this Temperance card, I am picking up on a delay that might be frustrating on some level. It's possible that Temperance here is relating to a person. I feel like there could be a Sagittarius person in your life. And I don't think it's them necessarily causing a delay. It feels more like overall timing of something to me. But it's definitely going to be testing your patience. I feel like you're not going to like that delay or having to be patient. Although I think it can be a good quality of yours. It's something about this person, it really does feel like a person, which is not always the case with the major arcana, but something about this person and how they get you and just how they make you feel, it's difficult for there to be a delay related to them. So this could be about a relationship, or on another level, it could be someone that you work with, something that you're waiting for career-wise, like hearing about something. But I'm really picking up on the relationship energy here for this quarter. It does feel like someone you have a connection with. It does feel like with the Moon card, there's emotional ties, definitely, first of all. Also, maybe some emotional things that need to be worked out. And I think that's why there's this, not just delay or sense of waiting, but this kind of balancing act, a little bit of back and forth. A lot of both of you, it feels like, needing to take your time getting to know each other. So this could be a new relationship, or it could be a new stage of a current relationship. And I'm getting a lot of getting to know each other, and just a balancing of the energies. And I feel like what's happening at the energetic level is that there's potential here to be that you're being set up for something long-term for some of you. And although there's a strong passionate pull where you may want to rush or move faster, I feel like you're not meant to. So there's this idea of moderation with Temperance is coming in, and it's all about tempering your emotions and, again, getting to know each other and taking your time to lay a stronger foundation. So a lot of emotional stuff there. If you are moving somewhere else, like for those of you who resonated with that in terms of the two cards at the top, you could be meeting someone new. Or it could be that there's delays because this person whose energy I'm picking up on through Temperance is long distance. So you're moving maybe away from them, or yeah, something along those lines. There could be a distance. Or, as I said, you could be meeting someone new, and for some other reason there's a need to go slow or a delay or something along those lines. Okay. Third quarter. King of Cups and Seven of Wands. I'm getting some of the same energy, so I feel like there's a continuation of this dynamic between you and this other person who may be a Sagittarius. And it's interesting, I picked up on you as the page in the second quarter because of how you might be handling the frustration or the delay at that point, that it may be quite difficult for you, annoying at least for you. In the third quarter, I see you coming up as the King of Cups. And my sense is that you are going to gain a better understanding of why such boundaries had to be up. And it doesn't feel like you didn't connect with the person or weren't able to connect with them. I just feel like there were a lot of boundaries, and maybe even a spoken request to pace things, to take things slowly, or it could just be based on logistics that it had to go slowly. I'm not really getting any more information about why there's this delay or why there are boundaries. I really sense strongly with the moon card being there that it's based on some emotional things from the past. And you coming up as the King of Cups in the third quarter, kind of matching that watery energy of that moon card, makes me feel like you're understanding that better by the third quarter. And even respecting the boundaries and liking them in a way, at least getting a better feel for why they're there and why this delay is happening, and being able to handle it better. Alternatively, I feel that this King of Cups could be another person coming in for some of you. It could be a water sign. And my sense there is that you have... Okay, I'm picking up on some work stuff in relation to that. So it could be a water sign in relation to work, and you feeling like you need to prove yourself to this person. And the other interpretation I'm getting is that this could be a romantic interest and might be a water sign, but the cups could just be representing their interest in you, and you being the one to put up boundaries. So that's interesting, because I almost get the sense in that second quarter like someone was doing that to you, and that maybe you might be turning around and doing it to someone else. It's possible it's the same person, but something that might be going on there too is that it's a second interest and you're not sure what's happening with this other person in the second quarter still. So you're kind of waiting it out still. And so you're also pacing yourself with another person. So that's if it's a second romantic interest. But I definitely sense something to do with work, possibly someone new coming in, like a new supervisor, and you needing to prove yourself to them on a creative level, most likely. And that's also a nice thing about the moon card, is that if there are creative endeavors happening in your life, Capricorns, this year, and it is going to benefit you to, prove yourself, to really show someone or the world what you've got going for you on the creative level, the moon is wonderful for that. And I also sense that this King of Cups person will recognize those abilities if it is in relation to work or something creative. Okay, in the fourth quarter, Queen of Pentacles and Eight of Pentacles. So lots of really good work energy there. First thing I got immediately was the message that if it is a creative endeavor, it feels like something that might really blossom during the holiday season, because we're looking at October, November, December here. If you are trying to get something get something off the ground on a creative level, and it's related to making money or to your new line of work, it's possible that there's some slowness throughout the year and then it takes off at the end of the year. That could be another interpretation to some of those delays and boundaries. If it doesn't resonate for you on the romantic level, it could be in relation to work, that it's happening. Like, I don't sense that there's blockages, whether it was relationships or work. It feels like things are moving, but there's a little bit of back and forth and some delays and some like boundaries in relation to work that might just be like kind of like blocks in progress, but just small ones here and there that aren't making it so that it doesn't take off. But in the fourth quarter, you very well could that could change, that could shift. It feels like really good work energy that will keep you busy, and you'll need to be very focused, but it could really bring in a lot of money for you. And I also sense that it could be really good in the larger picture for this new endeavor, if it is a new business that you've started, that meaning that it could, what happens in that fourth quarter could really benefit you in coming years or coming months. And I sense that it's interesting seeing those two pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles and then the Eight, being very money focused and being in your element, that earth element, feeling stable, feeling grounded, really focused and busy, and still feeling that moon energy coming in. So the one interpretation is that it is creative work, and that is all going to really play out well together. The work, the pentacles combined with the water energy. But another thing I'm getting from that is that while you're busy with that, there may still be some things to sort out with a possible relationship situation. It does feel like something you're really invested in emotionally, and it feels like a continuing thing. I also sense with the moon that it could be cyclical. So there could be with this person, and it does feel like in one energy. I really sense something strong with this Temperance. It doesn't have to be a Sagittarius, but if it's not a Sagittarius, it feels like someone who is just really firm about boundaries and taking things slow, or even having kind of like rules. So if that might ring a bell for you. But the final message is that you're very emotionally invested in that person, and with it being the moon, it does feel like it could be cyclical. So there may be some ups and downs with this person. I don't feel anything terrible, any kind of loss or pain. We don't have any of those negative cards coming through, but just a little bit of back and forth and a little bit of walls up here and there. So it feels like an ongoing process. I do feel like there's someone in your life this year. They're either entering your life this year or they've been around and probably will continue to be. And it might not feel like the smoothest thing. It might not be going at the speed that you want it to, but you feel invested. You also feel like it triggers you emotionally. But that makes you curious. That makes you want to almost solve what's going on. And that's what that moon is all about. And I do feel like you'll come a long way at solving it this year in 2017. All right, Capricorns, thank you so much. Happy New Year to you. And if you have any questions about this or my other general readings or services, feel free to email me at soulsintersect@gmail.com. Thank you.